fortnight's project walkthrough slash blog on my Goldeneye format for fan art rather. Goldeneye is the bond of my youth. Although, I wonder, because did watch a lot of Bonds, a lot of Roger Moore's as well. Did that come before or after? It's too long ago to even remember. But Goldeneye in particular, for a lot of reasons, probably the Nintendo 64 game is a big part of it. But it is sort of it's my kind of movie, that kind of 90s Euro spy thriller, the so-called bloody floppy disk era of tax break inspired Hollywood escapades in Europe. I love it. But this movie, man, there's a weird mix of things. By the director who did Casino Royale, of all people. But yeah, so I did rewatch it, but I actually was running a bit late with that, and thought I'll just get some ideas down just based on my memory. And it was a few random things. I don't know if this is discernible to anyone, but pipes and screens. This was actually a billboard. It's more like a Havana type thing, but pipes and screens. Thought that was the go. And after the rewatch, I sort of rearranged that a little bit more into something I thought would work with Blender and how I've been using it recently. And that was pipes in front and a big screen in the back. These are some of the inspiration images I pulled. I gathered some reference from the movie, but in the end I didn't try to emulate it really. Some of the elements are there. There is a rock wall behind. The pipes, there are pipes in this scene, but you know, it's stylistically, how do I put it? It's visual noise with the right vibe. Yeah, visual noise with the right vibe, I guess is how I'd put it. So, yeah, I started with the 3D scene. So we'll have a look at that. What did I build? I built this platform. It's all a bit junky. In the last project, the last fan art, I sort of conceived of it as like a magazine spread on a big soundstage. This one is more like almost set dressing for a TV sci-fi show, sort of that kind of thing. So the pipes are from a generator by Ray Wakui, Geometry Nodes Pipes 1.1, with some new materials on it. There's a painted metal texture from Polyhaven, with a Voronoi for some different visual noise. This drum is just a Voronoi. Lots of Voronois. I love it. It's my favorite node. These TVs This is from Bagapie. These sort of architectural elements with some boxes as TVs. This is another plugin. This one is Geo Cables, which is another free Blender plugin. The screen is an array with a texture put over the top as with the object coordinates. Actually, I made a mistake. I put it as generated. Oh well. That probably would have been easier to arrange. But there you go. Oh well. Well, the idea was that it was going to be using object coordinates, but there you go. It works. I'm not an expert, but as long as it works. So yeah, the rock wall is just random displacement and a bit of fog with a Studio HDRI in there. So not very complicated. I did try and add some if I can focus on this, some paper texture. This is from Grey Gorilla. It doesn't really come up on my, but you know, it's there. Anyway, so that's the 3D scene. I think it works for what it is. The next thing I worked on was the screen. And there are a few elements to this. This is a SVG from Wikipedia, based on some open source data. It's been decimated in Illustrator, and then I worked in where are we? InkView is called. Is this the one? Inkscape, I should say. Is this going to load for me? Yeah. Kind of keen to shift to free or open source instead of going to the effort of learning Illustrator and then wishing I wasn't paying the subscription fee. But you know, it is what it is. What have I turned off here? Yeah, so it's what you would expect. It's a black background with colored lines, emulating sort of the vibe of the original screen. So the London thing is taken directly from, and then combined with a what is supposed to be a drawing of 006 the mean bean himself. I was aiming for a sort of Metal Gear Solid-ish vibe. I didn't get there, basically. But it works. Does it? Well, it's there. I laid it in with the world map. So there's 2 layers of this, one behind and then one over. That's a little bit of extra control. The background has some panels of different tones in order to create some noise. The scan lines also have a similar panel effect. And then it's things like blurs, grain, of course, some coloring for the Soviet and American maps with blurs on them. That was sort of emulating Metal Gear Solid again, and these are from Milo Mianis, or Milo Yanis, I think his name is. Yeah. Well, moving on. Milo Yanis is a big inspiration, even though I can't remember his name properly. From there, I worked on the Bond drawing. I have in the past attempted a more realistic style than I have done with the past few versions of these fan arts. And I've been doing photo studies lately, and I guess I was tempted to have another go. The original intention with this was a starker sort of Metal Gear Solid type thing. Yoji Shinakawa, I think. But I sort of got softening and then adding half tones where I really shouldn't have. These are Brian Lee, a great guy to look up if you want to learn more about the Riley method and construction. It works, I guess. It's a face that's kind of like Pierce Brosnan rather than a accurate likeness. But there you go. In the initial tests, I thought it was really mismatching. I don't necessarily aim to have the background and the subject match, but this was such a stark contrast. It was thought, I wondered whether this was all right. But time was running out, so had to keep going. I think it's another earlier version without the text. I added some extra texture to the pipes and adjusted the lighting. This is with the first sort of contrast bump. I also added a gradient map to the Bond figure. So this is sort of a very rough and ready colouring. But yeah, it had to be bumped a lot. So most of the work was in this sort of readjusting the values, bringing things up. Of course, adding things like grain, this gold effect in the text. Originally started, I have it, yeah, sort of inspired by this type treatment from a PS2 game with a gold gradient map from texturelabs.org. Yeah. So a lot of different elements coming together to make this bit of fan art a big deal, sort of bit of art for me as a young man. It's nice to, well, I should say it's always fun to work on. It's a bit chaotic. We'll see how well I do on the next one. This recording is not well planned or thought out or conveyed, but I have an idea on how to improve the thumbnail. I'll see if I can just improve one thing at a time with these recordings. Yeah.